Welcome to ChannelPro's Stack Up, the show where MSPs and IT integrators up their stack by learning how solutions stack up. And one area you can power up your stack is with the next generation UPS, rack power distribution, and power infrastructure solutions that companies like our guest today offer, and that is Eaton. Joining me today is David Windsor, who is the Global Product Line Manager at Eaton, to talk about how Eaton's solutions stack up. Welcome, David.
Thank you, Matt. Good to be here.
Great to have you on here with us. First, I'd love for you to take a moment to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah. So I'm a longtime Eaton kind of nerd here on the product management side. So we have a broad line of UPSs, battery backup systems, rack PDUs, and cooling offerings that we offer. And those teams that manage the product roll up under me, and we do a lot to bring products to market. That's my passion, finding problems that customers have on a daily basis and trying to solve them.
Fantastic. And you've been at Eaton, how long did you say?
19 years.
Wow. Wow. That's an impressive run. You must really
enjoy it. It's been a great place to be. Started answering the 800 number, 1-800-EATON, and you would get David. And it's been a long time, but here I am. So.
Fantastic. So for those who may not be familiar with Eaton or some of the products and solutions that they offer, tell us a little bit about the company, what it does, what markets it served, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Eaton's a really broad manufacturer of product. We tend to think we're a power management company that goes a lot of different verticals and segments we serve, anything from industrial and aerospace over to the electrical sector, which is where I work. And we have a whole host of data center focused products within that, where we have battery backup systems, rack power distribution, and we also have products that complement that, like racks and other KVMs and other products that kind of help the IT manager around their peripherals and everything else to do to make their solutions work on a daily basis. So Eaton's kind of really, how can we help our partners bring total solutions to manage the devices they have? And in the data center, that's kind of where we fit in.
Oh, cool. Now, so Eaton is not the only name that partners are going to see in your lineup these days, because they're going to see the name TrippLite too. Now, how did that come about, and what does that add to your offering for channel partners?
Yeah, 2.5 years ago, I know we're still talking to some partners or end users that are like, Eaton purchased TrippLite, and we did. And I think that's a really great strategic move that happened 2.5 years ago. Back in 2021. And if you're a partner or an end user, you really get the most complete end-to-end solution that you can find on the market from one kind of vendor that would have products kind of that hit any tier class you need, or full breadth. So whether it's I need cooling, I need racks, I need UPSs, maybe I need cables, maybe I need a KVM, maybe I need different docking stations, whatever it is, you have a kind of a great sales contact and a pipeline to get your projects to market. That's what you can kind of bring as a single stop shop. I think it's a really valuable message for partners.
Awesome. Now let's talk about some of the solutions that Eaton offers and how partners can leverage those solutions to service their customers and more importantly, drive revenue. I think that's what most MSPs and IT integrators are looking for these days, is ways that they can increase that bottom line and drive those revenues higher. So let's talk about some of the products first. I know Eaton is very excited. They announced some new models that are powered or that use lithium batteries at its core rather than traditional SLA batteries. So tell us a little bit about that and what benefits that brings.
Yeah, I mean, the first question you had in there is, what do partners need to help them kind of drive revenue? I think when you look at the IT VAR, a lot of times you're looking for things that differentiate yourself from the competition, add value, help add margin to your pockets, spec out the competition. And that is what Eaton wants to do with, especially with the Eaton branded products. And lithium ion is the perfect place for that. And so right behind me, you actually see two models right here. Those are lithium ion 9PX. I think they're 1500s, and we have a full suite of 1500, 2K, and 3K models that have been out for about 1.5 years, 2 years. We just launched our 6K out to the market, so we kind of have this really robust portfolio of lithium ion, kind of hit every kind of network closet solution that you're looking for. Our three-phase products have had lithium ion for years. So we kind of have a great end-to-end suite of lithium ion to kind of upsell and show your customer, hey, I know you're tired of replacing batteries. I know you're tired of sending techs out to the field. Let us help you address that and future-proof your products with these products that really, now match more in line, the life cycle is going to match more in line with your traditional server switch, where we think you can get 8 to 10 years out of it easy. So that's going to be kind of better for budgeting, better for just set it and forget it, which everyone's kind of driving towards.
So that is one of the major benefits of lithium, is just it's a much longer service life than a traditional SLA.
Yeah, there's
any other benefits?
There's some fringe benefits that people can kind of get into. I think it's interesting that they're lighter. That's great. But really, we want to be in lithium because our customers hate replacing batteries, and we understand that. We don't want them to replace batteries. We want the batteries to last as long as the product will. And kind of that 8 to 10 year lifespan is pretty interesting, because after 8 to 10 years, you're going to look at your cybersecurity, your network card, the way you're interoperating with the hardware and the software and the virtual environment. You're going to go, I probably need a new web card anyway. I need to upgrade that old platform. I need to integrate some new software. I need something else to sell my customer, maybe. So 8 to 10 years is probably realistic, and that most of the way the hardware is built in the industry today is because of the capacitors or other components in the product. They're going to last 8 to 10 years. We'll kind of follow the same life cycle with lithium ion. So there you go.
Now, awesome. So let's stay on the whole revenue side too here for a second, because MSPs are looking to manage things, right? Because that's how they can bill monthly, and they can provide solutions that are recurring. So there is a heavy management side, a digital side to power, that Eaton has a pretty robust offering, from what I understand. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think it's the management of the category probably stems from the fact that everyone hates battery backup systems because they fail so much, right? That's not a shot at Eaton. That's just the product we deal with. And so how can a VAR, help an end user that they're working with on a regular basis solve the problems of surprises? And that's where remote management really comes into play. And I think as COVID's created this remote work culture that we have across the globe, the question then comes, okay, how can I do more things remote, and how can I use tools to help me do that? So getting alarms, getting feeds to say, hey, I know the status of this product. Can I have some intelligence or a little bit of predictive analytics in the product? Eaton delivers that with our lead acid solutions. The lithium ion provides some of that as well. That's going to continue to evolve. But the software kind of delivers that when you start to operate at scale, right? Because when you have network closets and you're in a campus, whether that's a school district, a university, a medical campus, you're kind of dealing with some scale issues, and that's where the software comes into play. And so, do we have solutions that are, this is software that kind of aggregates everything into one pane of glass? Do we have tools in our software that automate? Do we have network cards that can kind of scale and deploy and do zero-touch provisioning? Those are the things that Eaton is actively, in the last 6 months, brought to market, or you'll see Eaton bring to market in the next 6 months. So a lot of our focus, while we continue to launch hardware, Eaton's big push right now is in the digital space. How can I help customers spend less time deploying, spend less time managing, and at the end of the life cycle, or if something needs to be fixed or addressed, how am I spending less time really finding out what's wrong or what needs to happen, and getting from here to there. And digital tools, I think, are foundational to that, and Eaton's delivering on that promise right now.
Awesome. So let's move over to rack, and rack PDUs is a big part of Eaton's business, and for some MSPs, it's a big part of their business too. What do you have new in rack right now?
I think rack PDUs is a great story. So I think kind of go back to the TrippLite acquisition and our portfolio as is. Eaton has probably the broadest portfolio you see on the market. if you're in the network closet space and you're addressing something small, there's a whole range of products that TrippLite has, that we have through the TrippLite offering that are just we have ATSs, we have managed switched outlet PDUs, and the price points are fantastic, and they're perfect for the IT VAR who's trying to solve problems for remote work for their end users. They're outstanding. And then as you get into the data center space, Eaton's launching a brand new line of what we call G4 rack PDUs that are vertical, and they allow you to get into some of the more data center computer room space and hit really great price points, but also act like a data center PDU that doesn't have to be kind of overbuilt or overconfigured. We really think that we have some technologies like a combo outlet that does both C13s and C19s in one, that's going to allow you to not do something custom, not have to go off with long lead times. You can find something perfectly off the shelf and just plug it in. You have the plugs you need in stock, and we're off and running. So there's a lot of technology that we're delivering there that allows us to kind of transform the way the IT VAR goes to market for rack PDUs, whether you're trying to do an S&B play or a network closet play, or you're addressing that data center. So it's, I really challenge anyone that's selling rack PDUs or wants to get into that business to take a look at Eaton. It's a very powerful message that's transformed over the last 2 years.
Fantastic. And and you mentioned that TrippLite line of products and how that offers a lot of breadth. What do you have new in TrippLite products these days?
I think when you across the board, we're launching quite a few. We're relaunching some of the models that you may have had success with in the past. The SmartPro and the Smart Online models are being refreshed actively. What that really means is you get the same price points, aggressive stance, feature technology that you've expected, and we're going to actually upgrade those to have more breadth, more models in the portfolio with very competitive specs, if not industry leading. So really, really great opportunity on the UPS side. On the rack PDU side, there's expansion across the board on some of the managed models across some of the rack ATSs that we have that you might not have seen and been aware of. And then I think you look at the portfolio in combination with some of our rack offerings. TrippLite's into cooling and in-row cooling. So if you weren't aware of that, if you're not using that as part of your solution, we have solutions that are vertical in-row, they're traditional, and we're actually launching some products that would allow you to get into like a 33U rack with a top-mounted rack cooler, or a traditional 42U rack with a 5 kW integrated cooling inside. So really kind of trying to be easy, plug and play as much as possible. And those are offerings that are either just launched or a year ago, or we're about to launch here in the next several months.
Fantastic. Well, it sounds like a lot of exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting, but it's I think the point of the TrippLite portfolio is we really want to make those products, especially when it comes to cooling, really integrated. So how do I get plug and play? How do I not overbuild it? How do I get something essential and solve a need in a network closet or on a factory floor? So
awesome. Well, it does sound exciting, and it sounds like there's a lot of neat stuff there for integrators to dive into and look at. But there's a lot of power distribution companies out there. I want to give you the floor to tell our audience why Eaton is the right choice to up their stack.
Yeah, I think if you're a VAR out there trying to look for a partner to use for your power infrastructure and the power category, you need to take a look at Eaton. I'm sitting here in our lab that shows the breadth of products we have. It's very robust, and I think there's no other competitor that we have that kind of crosses over and provide you a wall mount cabinet with cables, with network switches combined, with et cetera, power and surge protection, all the way down to that level. Help you integrate that and deploy it for rollouts, or help you get into categories that you're not participating in today and expand your line. So that, I think the portfolio breadth is one. Obviously, Eaton has and has proven that we can be a technology differentiator, drive the spec, provide, technology to put in front of an end user that helps VARs create value. So that's something we're going to continue to do. And I think that's all nice, but at the end of the day, we all do that based on what Eaton's built our reputation in the channel for over the last 15 years, which is we do, a lot of effort and rigor into providing our deal registration process and our channel partner process, where we're promoting, our partner program. We're promoting channel pricing protection for anything you bring to us. We're providing, the right level of fairness to the channel, so we're not prioritizing something else over the IT VAR. We think the IT VAR is a critical way in which we need to go to market, and we support that every day that we wake up. So you see that from the VARs that are Eaton today, and I think if you took a look at us and gave us a chance, you'd see that in how we act every day.
Fantastic. Well, David, I want to thank you so much for coming on and joining us today. For those who want to get in touch with you or learn more about all these different solutions that you're talking about, where can they go? How can they get in touch with you?
If they want to get in touch with us, I think that you can reach out to, you have two websites right now, which is a little confusing, but Eaton.TrippLite.com is where you can find a lot of the TrippLite products, Eaton.com, and go under products, and you want to go to UPS and battery backup systems and power distribution. I think you can also go to switchon.eaton.com, and that's really a portal for our partners and for VARs, potential VARs. So switchon.eaton.com, I think, is another good resource if you're just trying to reach out. And I think especially on switchon.eaton.com is probably where you can find the right contact information to learn more about Eaton and try to get connected with a local reseller or salesperson.
Fantastic. Well, David, thank you so much for coming on and for talking about these Eaton solutions. And I hope everyone goes and checks them out. You can also visit ChannelProNetwork.com for more great news, information, and resources to help you in your business. I want to thank all who joined us today. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube, and see you next time on Stack Up.